and welcome to our presentation. My name is Jim Coles, and I'm the Executive Director of Columbus Area Labor Management Committee.
And I'm Meredith Porterfield, Program Manager for Columbus Area Labor Management Committee.
Our program today is the first in a series about interest-based problem solving. In this series, we're going to take a look at the steps of interest-based problem solving and give you some ideas about why we recommend this as a process that groups should use when they work together. When groups try to solve problems using a traditional process, they often experience difficulty and frustration. This is because in traditional problem solving, people tend to become positional. They decide what their solution is to the problem before they even consult with others or hear what their viewpoints are. When they do this, then taking that position and holding it becomes paramount to them. It becomes a battle of personalities. It's very often ego-driven. People don't want to give up their position because they feel if they do, they're giving in or they're losing, and they don't want to do that. Another thing that happens during traditional problem solving is blame finding. We want to point the finger, as if figuring out who caused the problem will somehow resolve it, and it doesn't. What happens also is the process becomes politicized. Because of our position within the organization or the team, we feel there are some things that we can or can't say. As a result, some good options and good alternatives never get heard. Instead of the traditional process, we advocate the use of an alternative, and that alternative is interest-based problem solving. Interest-based problem solving focuses on solving the problem. We attack the problem, not individuals, with an idea that we're not here to defend a position, we're here to find the best possible solution, one in which everyone can win. We want to improve the system. We want to do it based upon objective reality and shared information, not fears. And we want to have open communication and discussion of the problems, not just the finding of blame. Interest-based problem solving means we want to find multiple possible solutions that meet the separate and mutual interests of all of the parties that are involved. We try to avoid taking positions because positions tell what we want. We don't want to do that because we want to explore as many possible outcomes as we can. We look at interests, which tell us why we want to solve the problem. Interests communicate our needs, our desires, the reasons we should spend our time working on this process.
The interest-based process is a very organized process that has some very distinct steps to help groups solve problems. It encourages groups to solve problems instead of focusing on positions or on the personalities. It allows groups to come up with many possible solutions instead of focusing on a single solution. And it requires groups to come up with some criteria or standards that will help to judge those options or solutions that they will be coming up with. Now, in traditional problem solving, we normally focus on the areas where we are apart or the differences that we have. But the problem with that is that just only enhances the conflict. And it creates more position taking. In other words, I will do it this way or you will do it this way. But with the interest-based process, what we want to do is focus on the areas that we have in common. And if you look at the slide, that's the area where the two circles come together. And the more you do this process, the more you find out that you have more in common. And that circle, where the circles where they come together, gets bigger and bigger. Now, in our next segment, we're going to be identifying the steps to the interest-based process and also giving you some other information that you need to think about as far as this process is concerned.